What's going on, guys? My name is Alex Cardoza. I was part of MVG from the beginning. I'm still part of MVG. I'm the one taking it over now. And I figured I'd come on here and do this video because it's a video that needed to be done. For the last year, I've been trying to figure out for a way to, come to you and kind of just bring you some information and put things to rest. And you guys already know where I'm going with this. All right? This is on Jojo's channel, so you already know that this is about the whole debacle with Monorama. Now, I'm going to try to do this in a professional, calm manner because it's something that truly upset me to see everyone who was quote-unquote part of all of this turn their backs. Those who didn't turn their back, I have to applaud and thank, and there's many of you which always hit up and send emails and always stayed on top of things and wanted to find out how things were going and knew that there was nothing that JoJo had done to quote unquote make this a scam, because a lot of people kind of just immediately jumped to conclusions, and those some of them were big YouTubers that were on payroll to be part of Monorama, who were extremely happy to promote Monorama, and were all over it, and were all over the internet, putting themselves out there talking about Monorama. Now, I'm too prideful to even sit here and name these quote-unquote big YouTubers, scumbags that kind of put so much crap out there about Joe. And, I mean, the laundry list of things that they have done wrong will never amount to the amount of right things or even bad things altogether that JoJo has done in YouTube or for the YouTube community. I think the worst thing that JoJo had ever done was maybe the trolling stuff. So let's get right into this, okay? So Monorama, everybody was on board, everybody was happy, everybody wanted to do this. Minecrafters alike from all over the goddamn world were buying tickets to come to Monorama. Whether they were from England or here from abroad in the United States, they were coming to Monorama. Secondly, every single dime that was brought in for Monorama was also taken out for Monorama. For instance, for those of you who don't know anything about business but only get led by what others say on YouTube and don't have a mind to think for yourselves, well, here it is. In order for us to rent the piers, the huge piers that were being rented for this event, it took a shit ton of money. It amounted to $80,000, $40,000 per day before taxes to rent both piers so that we could run 2 days of festivities in New York City in the fucking middle of July. Think about that. Think about it in your heads. The reason why I'm so crazy and so upset about it is because everyone thought that somewhere, somehow, you know what, I'll get to that point. Let me continue going down the timeline here, right? So we get the two piers, they're paid for. We put a goddamn video out, okay, about contracts being signed. Now, mind you, when you are a scam artist, you don't go as far as to not only vlogging your life, but also videoing every single detail that was going into the whole mess of Monorama. You just don't do that. A scam artist wouldn't take the time to even fucking put 5 minutes of their own personal life into something when they knew that if anything bad that they were trying to do would happen, they would get crucified for it. There would be different names being used. There would be different aliases. I mean, the list goes on and on. Get it together, people. Why would you even think that the man would even go as far as to scam children? I don't have fucking words for it, to be complete. That's where, and it's funny because there's going to be people who will justify absolutely everything down in the comments section below. You guys should be part of like the X-Files series, because it's funny to see all the quote unquote ideas and hows and whens of oh, the scam and this and that, how you guys put it all together. Mind you, most of you didn't put anything together. It was led by YouTubers who wanted to talk shit, and then obviously everybody else followed behind them. See, I'm a United States Marine, so I'm more of a leader than a follower. So that's where I'm coming to you with that thought process. So I digress. We move over from using our real life personas to bring an event to you. We bring our daily lives to you, because I know he was vlogging as well when he was going to VidCon. He was doing all these other events around the United States. He was bringing to you, and he was being himself. Okay, he was being himself. He brought his personal life into it. You guys got to meet his son. We continue moving forward. So Monorama, at some point between March and May, we start receiving a lot of flack from Mojang at the time. They wanted every single dollar that was going to be coming in for the event to themselves. They wanted some type of piece. They wanted this event not to be registered or trademarked. They wanted the event to be registered or trademarked by Monorama, right? So Monorama obviously was his own business. They signed paperwork. Monorama was an actual standalone business, and they wanted anything that had to do with Minecraft out of the websites. They wanted anything to do with about Minecraft out of the Monorama verbiage, anything. So naturally, that's the way we would do things. That's why the website went through some changes where we took off a lot of details. We also partnered up with Mazda and a couple other companies, and it was great. Server companies. I know Jojo used to talk about this all the time, that he was getting in touch with server companies. I mean, the amount of work that Jojo put in. I think Jojo slept like 3 hours a night every night for like 6 months straight, trying to get this event perfectly done for the masses, for the kids and the families that wanted to come to something nice in New York and experience something incredible. Yeah, he barely slept through this, and he was putting a lot of work to make sure that the event went great. Money was going out to vendors. Money was going out to a lot of YouTubers. So if there's YouTubers out there that talk shit and don't tell you that they got a check or a PayPal or something from Monorama, or they lie that they didn't get anything, well, that's on you. That rests on your conscience and on your shoulders, because we were writing out checks and sending money to individuals that were of age. You guys know there's a lot of younger YouTubers that are big in the game, in the Minecraft community, but we couldn't send them money, so we had to send the parents the money in order to have them be part of the event. It was something that if you were underage, you just couldn't do it. You couldn't solicit to underage children, right? But the big YouTubers got paid. And again, I'm not going to mention big YouTubers on here by their names because they don't deserve it. So we start getting all this flack from Mojang. And then we partnered up with a company in New York City that does a lot of political work and groundwork to kind of like push events. And one of them was ready to pull the trigger on heading out to Switzerland and landing out there and knocking on the doors of Mojang. Like, they were ready to go out and literally go to Switzerland, or wherever the hell they were based out of, Mojang is based out of, to their buildings. We had phone calls. I mean, phone call after phone call after phone call with these people. We have plenty and plenty and plenty of I remember of calls with the execs from Mojang and in emails, all the emails going back and forth with them. It was just ongoing and ongoing about why we cannot do this, and because it's not a Mojang ran event. So because they weren't making money, they were trying to find any way possible to make this not make this event happen. So finally, there's a email being sent and some letters that come in that are the biggest thing that led to crippling of Monorama. They sent a cease and desist letter plus some other mumbo jumbo legal stuff, putting the event to rest, saying, I stayed away from that because that wasn't part of my department at Monorama. I basically just sat and fixed verbiage on the website. I helped film. I helped edit all the videos. I didn't want nothing to do with with having to deal with an event like the size of this because it was hard. I saw JoJo get no sleep and Lou get no sleep when they were trying to do this. And basically, when this letter hits, shit hits the fan. We tried every possible way to see if we can make the event go forward and how we're gonna do this and what are we gonna do, and we couldn't throw the event. For those of you who don't know, cease and desist letters and the other stuff that came in legal wise, when stuff like that comes in, you gotta stop. And it was very, very bad for us because the cease and desist letter came in about a week before the event was supposed to happen, plus all the legal mumbo jumbo that came down with it. So the event was literally taken off. I'm going to end there with that because I'm going to go now jump into a new thing. When an event, to put a final thought on that, when an event is off, an event is off. There's no going around. There's no, oh, but can we do this? Oh, no. You do understand that every single minute, second, and hour was being put into this. You do understand that every single dollar plus whatever was coming out of JoJo's pocket or Lou's pocket alone was already spent. We had big backers. We had people that were willing to put up a lot of money to make this event a complete success. The minute the letters came in, the money that they had already put in for us to do the event was taken away. Understand that this was an event that was privately funded. So when a huge rich person gives you money, okay, this is business because I run a business. I run my own personal business. I'm also a director, and I know what it's like to have to, bring in money, and there's backers that give you money, and then you got to use this money. And if something goes wrong, and in the contracts it states that if you happen to anything legal problems or anything, we are allowed to take this money back, and you're left standing there with your fucking thumb up your ass. You do see where I'm going with this, right? Money was taken away from the event. The minute the cease and desist and all the legal mumbo jumbo came in, everything was taken away. How the fuck are you gonna run an event that was close to Jesus? I think the amount that was being raised privately was up and beyond 1.2 to 1.3 million dollars for this event, because the food, the licenses, the permits, you had to get people that were union workers. The laborers had to be union workers. So anything that had to be done for Monorama, for those of you who don't know, because I know a lot of you don't, union workers are needed at the piers because it's a unionized location. You cannot bring in outside workers to come and build stages or anything. So that was a huge effing cost, because we needed the manpower to build the stages, to put everything together, the lighting. The AMV for the event, audiovisual, was up and above almost 200 grand. That was just the one building. The other building was just, it was smaller, but we needed power to power the computers, the server room where you guys were going to be able to play the games and all this stuff. Whew! So yeah, from what I remember, there was a lot of setup. A lot of fucking setup. So anyway, money gets taken out. Now the event absolutely cannot happen. Now the event now we're stuck. Now how the hell we're going to pay the food for, because we needed vendors for food. How are we going to pay for the union? How are we going to pay for the server rooms? How are we going to pay for absolutely everything that was happening in the back end? Oh, wait, no, you guys don't know this because big YouTubers are just going to come out and bash my fucking brother because they have no fucking clue what's going on in the back end, because all they do is sit behind a goddamn camera, talk shit, and just not understand how business works. right? Because that's just what it is. And listen, I'm a goddamn U.S. veteran, all right? I wear my stripes of a U.S. Marine proudly. So when I talk and I do something like this, it's because I think I finally reached the boiling point. And I served in Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Okay, I'm an OG Marine. Okay, I was in before the towers went down and all this stuff. So I'm just giving you a little background of who I am, and you're probably sitting here going, "Why is this guy going crazy on the camera?" But this is why, because I don't just come on and bash anybody. Like, my channels are full of fun. I'm a vlogger. I'm a director. I'm directing my very first movie. I love to have fun. I'm a gamer. I just don't understand where a lot of the hate came from for him when he had nothing wrong. Like, he didn't do anything wrong or deserve any of the hate, when all he did was try to bring an event to people. He was just there as a creator in his own mind. The money stuff was being handled by another department. Uh, Money got taken out. Everything went to shit. The whole event died. Let me tell you something. If this was a scam, Jojo would not have been working at a goddamn freaking barber shop. From the time that it all ended to the time of his demise, when, rest in peace, God took him from us. If that was the case, Jojo would not have been struggling the way he was. For those of you who don't know, Jojo struggled. Jojo had, 4 beautiful kids that he had to take care of. Jojo worked his ass off. And it hurts. It hurts to see that the people that were with him and lifted him were the very same people who stomped on him when he was down, as opposed to helping him get back up. And I believe that the whole coalition of stampeding over JoJo happened because of others that had no idea of what was going on in the back ends. They were just bitter that the event didn't happen. And because their names were a part of it, they became even more bitter and kind of asshole-ish about it. So, for those of you who think that the man scammed everyone and had all this money and everything, no. Trust me. I helped him as much as I could. He lost his home. He had to move in with his mother-in-law. It was bad. It was bad. For those of you who think that everything was peachy and he took all this money, and I'm going to end this video with this. He did a lot to try to get himself back up. All the death threats and everything that were coming in. If you were part of something huge and something bad happened, and immediately, because people started bashing you, you got death threats, and you had to look at your Gmail or at your Twitter and at your social media, and every time you checked, it was something negative instead of something freaking positive to uplift you. Instead of him getting help to move the event, he got trampled, he got stabbed in the back. Instead of him getting help to try to figure out what to do with Monorama, everybody immediately accused him of stealing the money and taking all the money from these kids. Nobody took anything. He lost his home, lost a lot, lost his car. I mean, he lost everything. When I tell you he lost everything, he had to, he moved in with his mother-in-law, and things were and this is just personal information that, I'm going to share with you because I think you guys should know. There has to be some type of clarity for you. And there has to be some type of feeling inside of you when you finally think to yourself and say, holy crap, this is a human being, and he suffered. And his suffering and all of his hardship and his hard times led to his demise, led to him, losing his life and losing us, family members, losing someone amazing and great. He went radio silent. Yes, he did. Should he have done that? No, I think he should have been more vocal with the community. But he was so, when I tell you, when I see my older brother crying, and I'm like, why are you what's wrong? And he's telling me how hard he worked on this and it all got taken away. It's hard, man. It weighs hard on your shoulders. Uh, Lou as well. Lou also had to basically kind of just like disappear because people were sending him death threats and basically uh, sending him all kinds of emails and saying that they know where he lived and where he worked. It was bad. He's another one that unfortunately had to take hiatus, and I'll close out the video with this. Anybody wants to talk shit about JoJo, maybe you should look at yourself in the mirror and think twice and understand everything that I just said. Secondly, Lou just finished all of the court hearings for Monorama. All the chargebacks, everything, all the fallout, since JoJo passed away, Lou took it upon himself to take care of all the legal stuff. So Lou just finished going to the courts here in the state of New York and basically put everything to rest. I don't know the exact terminologies or the legalities of it, but I spoke to him on a daily basis. I went with him to all the court hearings, all the lawyer meetings and everything, and yes, anything that had to do with Monorama is completely crushed, legal-wise, and actually it all went positive. So for those of you who are sitting out there crying about this, whatever, I didn't get my money back or this and that, it was all solved through the courts. Apparently, when you solve something through the courts, that means it was legally done and it was done the right way, and you faced the judge for whatever happened, right? I mean, that's what happens, right? When you do something bad or whatever, you go, you use the legal system. So everything that had to do with Monorama finally, and I'm happy. I feel like there's a weight off my shoulders now after making this video and telling you guys this, because this is how I feel. And for anybody who's going to continue and troll on the comment section below and blah, 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 and try to justify as to why they feel that this was a scam 2000, what is it, Monorama scam. But, dude, do me a favor. Most of you now are older, and I hope that you start thinking like a older adult. I hope that you, if you do decide to want to talk crap, you kind of check your facts and understand. And this is the final video I'll make about this. Monorama's done. It never happened. It was supposed to happen. It didn't happen. All the right reasons that we wanted to do it for got eradicated because of some money-hungry corporation that didn't want it to happen because they didn't have a stake in it. All the legal stuff that happened afterwards, chargebacks, having to give money back, getting sued. Hey, guess what? It all got taken care of. And JoJo's in heaven. Sometimes I feel he's here with me, helping me through my journey. And I'd invite all of you that are on this channel, on his channel, to follow MVG Network Online. And the reason why is because I'm just going to leave this channel alone. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to delete it. I'm not going to do anything. It's my final, moments of a good time that we had with him. And I'm going to leave it up as kind of as a tribute to him, right? So just so that I know that anytime I feel down, I could always just go in there and watch the videos. Anybody that's a true friend of JoJo's can always go back and see all the fun stuff that happened before Monorama, right? Before any scams or anything. Because JoJo was being flown out to different, ArcadiaCon and all these places with Team MVG all the time. When he was paying for hotel rooms and for people to stay places, everybody was fine. Like I said before, anytime he was putting money in people's pockets, they were happy. But the minute it got taken off and whatnot, everybody got a little bit bitchy about it. So for those of you YouTubers that battered my brother's name, I hope you're able to live the rest of your lives happily, and with whatever joy that you may have in your hearts after badgering people and not understanding. Like, there was one YouTuber who apparently knew everything about law and put pictures up on his videos about this and that, and I'm like, wow. I mean, this guy has no idea. I got so angry, you know, to the point where I wanted to call her command or his command, because I don't think he has a pair. And so for those of you who loved JoJo, thank you so much, because he loved you back. He would speak so highly of everyone that was part of the MVG community. JoJo absolutely loved all of you. JoJo cared so much about this Minecraft community. JoJo also cared so much about the people who called him and were Skyping with him and collaborating with him. JoJo had a special place in his heart for every single one of you guys. For those of the haters that all they want to do is talk shit in the comment section below, do understand everything will be held up for review. And if I feel like I don't want to see something stupid on his channel, I'm not going to put it. Plain and simple. Just because if you don't know the facts, and if you wasn't there, and you're only going by speculations and what others are saying, then you should not have an opinion. Plain and simple. Now, if you were there, and you were part of the court hearings, and you were part of the cease and desist letters, and you were part of all the money being taken away of the event, and these guys saying, nope, you can't have anything, and all these sponsors pulling out because they knew that we got a cease and desist letter, then you can talk. Then I'll sit with you any day of the week. So I'll leave you with this. I would love, there's 46,000 people on here. If you want to, we've moved MVG towards a new direction. More of a, teenager, a young adult, and adult-like channel. More first-person shooters. More different type of gameplay from Battlefield to Call of Duty. We're moving into commentary. We're moving into trolling, just like on Minecraft. He did with Minecrafters. JoJo knew that I was a huge Call of Duty player, and my channel before he passed away was huge. I had almost 100,000 subscribers, and when he passed away, I deleted the channel because I kind of lost it myself, guys. And that's, you guys don't need to know about how I mentally broke down after I lost JoJo. How when I lost him. So yeah, I hope that this somehow brings clarity. I'll put the MVG network link below if you guys want to go there. I would really appreciate it, because JoJo's heart was always in this, and I'd like to continue that, and I'd like to make the channel grow. So I do commentaries. That's the direction we're going to now. I do funny montage videos on there. If you're not a Call of Duty fan, you could always just at least sub to the channel and check it out, and let me know, some good ideas of what I should do with it. I am now taking over MVG, and that's the direction we're going. That's the way I would like to go with this new venture, and kind of bring in, start bringing a lot of the older crowd as well, because there was a lot of little kids, and we all we all grow up. Minecraft was a phase, a part of your life that you loved and you cared so much about, but then you move forward and you try new things. So I'm hoping that some of those new things we can do together on consoles. I play on PlayStation 4 and all that stuff, so I'm very happy I made this video. I'm relieved. And for anybody out there who wanted closure and wanted to know exactly what went down, I already told you. That's it. I'm not going to go forward with it. And for all the haters, if you still want to hate and think negative things because that's what you are fed, then that's fine. I'm happy. The court hearings were finally closed. Monorama was a thing of the past. Unfortunately, everything went down the drain, and rest in peace, JoJo. Wherever you are, bro, just know that the people that actually cared about you still do, and the people that loved you dearly still do. And whatever it is that my journey is here now on Earth until I get to meet you again, with MVG and gaming, I'm gonna do. Guys, thanks for listening to me, and for those of you who are gonna hate, at least thanks for sitting through all of this and then hating. So, bye guys. Don't forget, now that this channel is done and I'm not gonna post any more videos on here, I would love for all of you to head over to MVG Network Online and help me out. For those of you who actually believed in JoJo and loved him, you know, I was there since the beginning of absolutely everything. So I love you all. Wherever you are, JoJo, I love you, man. And keep looking over us, the ones who actually do care about you and want to do great things in this life that we're in.